Should be now.
Yep.
Hey creatives, welcome to Cats Creations private group on Sunday. What day? Oh, the last day of the month. Today is January 31st. So today we're doing back to basics, covering the ruffle method. So I told you guys, bring a roll of Deco mesh if you want to do the ruffle method. I'm actually going to finish and take this all the way through to a completed design. But we're going to wire the frame together. We'll cut the Deco mesh. I chose burlap mesh, so it'll be with the rotary cutter because you can't cut that with a wood burning tool. But I want to welcome new members. We had a lot join this month. So there is a lot of you. So if you're joining us for the first live, welcome. There are 4 other tutorials in the Back to Basics series. So I would advise you to go back and watch those. That'll kind of help you with tools, Deco mesh types. We went over frames. What else did we do? And then we did a color theory class. So watch those. Those will definitely help give you an established place to begin. But today we're going to cover the ruffle method, which is the easiest way to make a Deco mesh wreath. So that's why I call this Deco mesh method number 1, because it's the easiest to do. So let me turn on my tablet. Who do we have joining us, Steve? As I'm trying to refresh my screen.
Stormy. Hi, Stormy. Patty, Linda, Katrina, Angie, Sandra, Lisa, Elizabeth, Lita, Judy, Gail, Robin, and that's it so far.
Okay, perfect.
And Carmen.
And yeah, so come in and say hi. Let us know that you're here so that I know who's joining us. So just go into that little comment box and type hello.
No sharing on Sundays.
Can you share from that? I'm just curious. Because on my screen, I don't have the ability to share. It just says like and comment. Do you guys have a share button? I don't on mine, but it's on a tablet. So I'm just wondering if it's different. So I'm just curious.
No, I don't.
You
I
don't?
think the only option you get is when the Facebook little thing comes up and said, share this.
Oh, okay. Well, so no share button. We're good. All right. So ruffle method. Let's go ahead and wire up our frame. So I'm going to be using, for the next 6 tutorials, we're going to be using the 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. Why? Because it's only $1. So when you're just starting out, costs are going to be everything to you. Because if you can keep your costs down, then you can keep your prices down, which means the things that you create should sell right away after you get them made and created. Then as you develop your techniques and your skills get better, then you can start to bump up your pricing, little by little. I don't think you want to come out of the gate as a brand new person, charging $100 for a wreath when you haven't mastered the skills yet. So
we've got a lot of, so Colleen is on, Linda, Nancy, Rich Taylor, Bridget.
What? That is so weird how you see them all and I don't. There we go. Okay.
You got it?
Yeah. And it's funny. It always keeps telling me, you want to start casting? And maybe I will, because then I could put it on that big, huge screen. I could read the comments from there.
Yeah, so Carol said, hi from snowy York, Pennsylvania. Yes, I have a share button.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do now, too. Online. Because when I was looking at it.
Tablet. Okay.
Yeah.
So we don't share because it's a private group.
Yeah, so no sharing in any of the stuff in the private group. So that's just one of the key things that I want to talk about. So a lot of the techniques and a lot of the stuff that I show you is private group members only. So it's not meant learn the process and then go back out onto the public and then just share everything. So this stuff that I devise or create is strictly for the private group members. For example, Angel Tree Topper tutorial. Just because you learn it doesn't mean you can take it back out and then share it on your own page like, oh, look, I just learned how to do that. Right, because this is in a sense, it's a paid tutorial, but you get it free as being a private group member. So All right, covered that. So ruffle method, why would you use it? Ruffle method, number one, besides it being the easiest method to use, if you were looking for a wreath design that gives you a lot of area to work with and it's relatively flat, that is going to be why you would want a ruffle method. So if you were just going to come in maybe with a small sign and a bow, you might be able to pick up an additional deco mesh method. But with ruffle, like today, we're putting in a 6x12 sign, we're adding a bow, we're going to add some embellishments. So I want this mostly flat. So a ruffle method will give you the waviness of your deco mesh without adding too much height. So let me show you how we're going to wire the 14-inch Dollar Tree frame. So if you notice, there are 6 sections. I've color coded mine to yellow, blue, and white. That's just because that's what we're making today. So I always do the inside ones first. So you're just going to wire together your 2 inner rails. We call these rails as they go outside. And then these are welds where all the rings are attached. So you're just going to kind of twist this on there. But what I did is I used my weld marks to try to determine like a midway point. And then by wiring the 2 together, it makes it more stable so it doesn't move as much as if, like if you were just to go around the 1, it doesn't matter how tight you do this, you're gonna get movement. It's just, it has no life.
And it'll move on the rail.
Yeah, it's just not a good technique. So we will be doing these, wiring it the exact same for the next 6 Sundays. So that will get us through the 6 different methods for deco mesh wreaths. So I'm just going to go around and do all the inside. Usually I can do this pretty quick.
And you just alternate colors.
Yeah, I'm just alternating colors because it's pretty. The pipe cleaners are all the standard 12-inch. I don't use anything special.
You normally get them from Hobby Lobby?
Yeah, usually I get all mine from Hobby Lobby. Something spooked all the birds. Probably a hawk on the back patio.
Or cat?
No, I scared the cat away. So there's the 6. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go down into each section. We're going to use the center and the weld to develop a midway point. So I'm going to do this one in white. And I try to keep them as even as I can. That way it gives me the same amount to use as I go around. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do my yellow on the outer side. So this gives us like 1 on the inside, 2 on the outside, and then you're going to keep going all the way around. So I think if I did this right, my color combinations should stay the same. I think it's going to work. So this way it'll give you a grand total of 18. Hi Vicky, welcome. Hi Linda. Hi Kathy. Okay.
I think you already told them the reason why you use this design, because it pretty much works on almost every method.
Yeah, I just use this one because number one, always having an even number on the inside and outside is beneficial to you as a creator, because when you're deciding on embellishments or ribbon, you know, having things that are divided on an even or quantities of 3, because with it being 12 on the outside, you could go 3 different ribbon tails or 3 different ribbon combinations. So it just works out better that way. So I try to be as even as possible, but I'm not overly crazy on making it perfect.
Kathy, yep, she said you guys hear Sam's selling spring ribbon. Yep.
Yes, I heard that. I haven't gotten down there.
Hi Simone. Simone says everyone waiting on the snow.
Where are you from, Simone? Remind me again.
And And Vicky is down in Sun City, Arizona, where it's 73 and partly cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Anna.
Kathy.
Hi, Tonya.
So Kathy said she just got tulips at Michael's today. So it wasn't me that gave that tip, even though I posted it. Who was it? Somebody in the private group messaged me this morning and said, hey, Michael's has tulips at half price. That was enough to get Kat completely out of bed online ordering tulips, because I like to just have them shipped.
Simone's in Massachusetts.
Okay.
Massachusetts.
Seeing Kathy says she was just at Sam's in Plano, Texas, and they haven't gotten theirs in yet.
Yeah. Kathy lives in SoCal. I have not seen it yet. That's right.
Okay. All right. So now this is all set up. I just have extras for the bow and the sign. So now this is the sign that we're using. This came from Jane's Front Door Decor. You can get your discount from Jane's by going to the announcement tab in the private group section. You will find a document labeled discounts and other helpful links. And then you can order your signs from Jane. So just make sure that you are entering your code before you check out. Not like I checked out and then realized, oh my God, I could have gotten a discount, and then try to, you know, hunt Jane down and ask Jane if there's a way you can go back in and apply the discount. It's just easier if you have that information handy. So there's that. So with this sign in mind, we're using, look, I have just enough left. We're going to use that burlap mesh, which the item number on this is going to be XB. I'll give it to you right now, 94510-27, and this is sold out. So it's almost like, I guess you can try to look for it on all the other sites, but knowing, I'm going to hang this up out of my way, knowing that a full roll of Deco mesh should yield you 19 or 18 pieces evenly, I'm going to cut this at 20 inch. Why? Because I want to use up the roll. I have another one handy, and this truly is my last one. I like these for the beach wreaths. They're just super pretty and calm. But this one, because it's got the natural cotton and jute fibers in it, you cannot cut it with the wood burning tool. So I'm just going to use my rotary cutter. I like the little ones. I don't know why. So I'm just going to sit here and cut 18 of these for my ruffles. So you will need a cutting mat. Number one, it helps keep your work surface clean. It's so much easier to just, you know, dust this off if you have fibers or glue. It's easier to clean everything off of here. But this is a self-healing cutting mat, and I just get mine at Walmart. So they're going to be roughly about $30 for a 24 by 36, and that's the size that I'm using now. So this will go really quick. So this is normally what I'm doing before our lives, but I just thought, since we're doing the method, I would just show you how to do it. Yeah. And then I'll count these. So I'm cutting these to a full 20 just because I have the extra roll. Otherwise, I would do the first 6. And that's going to take me right at exactly 20. So I'm going to be super careful. Take my tape off. Oops. There we go. So let me see how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that right? I hate when I have to count again. 8, 10, 11. Okay, so I'm going to have to go in.
So I'm watching you. Leah said, please repeat the wire mesh if you don't understand. It'll also be available on replay once we're done. You can go and watch it.
Right. So wiring the wreath. This is a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. So you're just going to take your pipe cleaners, and in each section, you're going to wire the 2 inner most ones all the way around, so you'll have 6 on the inside. I just color coded these because they're pretty. And then you're going to go to the outside 2 and wire together 2 in every section on the outside.
So there's 3 in every section.
Yeah, if you look at the weld mark, you're always going to do 1 on the inside, 2 to the outside. So you're just trying to space them out in like a little mini triangle almost.
And you wire 2 frames together. Not
yeah. So not 2 frames, 2 rings. So these 2 and then the outer 2. You don't worry about the middle 2. So, okay. So that was 11. Okay, let's do this one. I don't want to, I try to save the wrapper because if I'm going to have any left over, I slide them back in the wrapper and then that way they don't tangle on each other when I put them away.
And that's is that poly burlap mesh?
No, this is jute burlap mesh.
Jute burlap.
So this is 12.
Hi, Peggy. She also said I'm a taco girl. I wonder if they will have any ribbons
13.
for spring.
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
14.
Yeah, Colleen says Sam's in Pensacola, Florida has spring ribbons,
15.
so most of them do. Unfortunately, 16. We don't have a Sam's Club where we're at. We'd have to drive about an hour to get to one.
17, last one. This will be 18. And then I will put this roll back. So I'll show you how I store them. So number 1, always make sure your cutter is closed. And then, like I said, I usually just try to remove the ends and then just roll them back up and put them back in their wrapper. That way it's all nice and pretty and you save the skew. So I know that if I open this, I've already cut into it. I just don't know how much. And then I'll just take a rubber band and rubber band the end. Yep. So that gets stored because it's easier instead of, like I used to throw these away. And now if you just keep them in the plastic wrap, you can slide them in and out. Like I have mine in a little cubby. So all the ones that are open, so I'll always check open roll inventory first before I go and pull a brand new roll out of the shelf.
Hi Sherry, she said late joining. I'm Sherry from Georgia, so welcome.
Thanks for joining us. Okay, so ruffle. You're just gonna take it, so the way, you're not gonna ruffle it this way, you're gonna flip it upside down so that you can actually get a good ruffle on it. And then you just find a midway point, keep your eyes tracked on that, and then just pull the mesh towards you. Just walk your fingers towards yourself, like so. And then we're gonna put it, the finished edges here and here. Remember, this is where I cut it. Finished edges to the inside. And I always start just on the inner ring first. And then I'm gonna twist it my 5 times.
You don't have to do 5, you can do 3.
I do 5 if I know I'm done.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna put anything else in here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wire this one up all the way. And then I'm gonna go to the very next one, which is down here. So then I'll go here, here, back up, here, here, back up. And then that way I don't have to fight my Deco mesh, you know, trying to get it to lay next to the other one. So you just kind of lay, the outer ones will lay on the inside ones. So I know that I'm going to still be using the outside ones.
Yes. How about poly burlap mesh at Michael's? Is that good mesh to use? It can be.
Poly burlap at Michael's. I'm not a big fan of Michael's mesh, honestly. You have to be super careful because Michael's has a tendency to not give you a full 10 yards. They'll give you like 18 feet, which is only 6 yards. So you have to be super careful because in all the designs that we will be working with, they're all done with full yard rolls. So you'll want to make sure that you have more than enough. So I'm going to take these and pull them to the outside. I know, Carol. Isn't this such a pretty color? It's like a denim blue. And it's actually got 2 tones in it. It's got a lighter blue and a darker blue for the fibers. So now I'm going to the middle. And then it would be outside too.
Lisa said you make it look so easy to ruffle. Mine seem to get lopsided. Just keep practicing.
So I got the item number so we can call to find out if our store has them or if they're getting any in. The store that I went to is getting 398 rolls. Oh, Kathy, is the item number the same? I think it's the same for all the Sam's ribbon. I know it is with Costco.
Yeah, because I think it just comes in like a huge box for the item number, and they're all just assorted ribbon, right?
I think so. Yeah. Kanitha, yes, this is a denim blue. And it's some people refer to it as a fabric mesh because it's super soft, but it's the burlap mesh. It's actually a jute burlap mesh. So Kathy said, I went to Placentia. See, she's local.
Yeah, she's local. She's down.
So yes, same number. Can you share that number with us?
If you're able to.
I know that there's a ton of people, like here in California, I don't know how easy that's going to be to find. See, Peggy's asking. Peggy wants the number too. So yeah, that's why it's kind of nice in this group. And sometimes because our group is so big and so vast, that works to your advantage because let's say, for example, you're trying to find a particular roll of ribbon at Sam's, like, oh, I don't know, beige with white dots. And all you want is one. You can reach out to the private group and say, hey, can anyone find this particular roll of ribbon that they'd be willing to sell?
Kathy, yes, go ahead and post it to the private group.
Yeah.
And then she'll approve it.
Yep, go ahead and do that.
She took a picture. And then Juanita asked, where's your favorite place to purchase Deco mesh from?
My favorite place, probably Craft Outlet.
Yeah.
Just because I haven't been disappointed with their Deco mesh. Although right now, here's the dilemma, is almost every single place is sold out of the beige and white, the beige and white wide striped jute Deco mesh like this. I wanted to say, we looked at, I'm trying to think who we found it at. I think Gail and I actually found it at the Wreath shop. The Wreath shop had some, but almost every single place you look at, we did Craft Outlet, we did Deco Exchange, we looked at White Bayou, Wreath. I looked at Kringle Designs. Everybody is sold out of anything that is black and white, black, and then that, what do you call it? The jute color, the beige mesh. So Barbara says, hello, I'm new from Michigan. I can only bring up the private group on my phone. I've been trying to do it on my laptop. Do you have any suggestions for me to get it on my laptop? Barbara, as long as your sign-in is exactly the same on Facebook, it should, like, because I am on, I'm on my login on my phone and also on my tablet.
Yeah, and Simone said, I love the Craft Outlet mesh. It is so worth the purchase. Yep. Sherry Field said, I just got that color at the Wreath shop. So it's available at the Wreath shop too.
This color?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm going to have to look for this color because I think this color is going to be really nice for all the beach or, whatchamacallit? Lake. So, Steve, could you post the link to Kat's other private monthly group? I think the Wreath of the Month group. What is that for, Sue? Because normally the private group stuff stays in the private group. Because the Wreath of the Month is just going to be working off of whatever design we have in the Wreath of the Month group. Oh, Gail says, okay. So do you want to read Gail's comment? I forgot. I needed to twist this. Do you see Gail's?
Yeah.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Sometimes I have to close down and open it back up.
So Gail says, I'd like to share some news that happened in the month of January. I work a full-time job that consumes way too much of my time. I agree. But I've been fortunate this month to have sold 10 wreaths, which is crazy. Don't give up. Watch all of Kat's business class, or watch all the business classes that Kat's posts in the private and watch them over and over if needed. Yeah, it's really super good, Gail. Thank you for that. I can teach you everything that you need to know, but unless you actually do what I'm teaching you, you know, it's like I can show you all the tools in a toolbox, but unless you pick them up and actually start using them. Oh no, so you didn't violate any of the rules for the group. We're just trying to keep private stuff in the private, because there's people that are joining the Wreath of the Month group that are not private group members.
Yeah.
They just want, you know, they just want to do one design,
So
and that's it.
I'm gonna go out and I'll go back in.
Okay. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, Sue. Could you post the link to Kat's other monthly group? Oh, so you want the link to the Wreath of the Month group?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. So just a few more of these, and then I'll show you. This goes pretty quick. So if you were doing this by yourself, you could probably cut and get all your base laid in, I would say 20, 25 minutes, maybe. So I'm always taking the cut edges that I have and I'm kind of folding them under. So like right here, folding under so that they don't rub next to each other. Out. Is it Ali? How do you pronounce your name?
It's a lily.
Aleli?
Mm-hmm.
So just type, Steve's really good about names. Just go ahead and type in exactly how phonetically you would say it. Oh, so Sue says yes. So
Okay, I'm working on it.
I know, and I'm trying to get the website guy to just create a link for me on my website. So it's just super simple. I can just say go. Tanya, do you do private virtual sessions? Yes, I do. We ran that a couple years ago, but nobody actually took us up on the offer. But if you want to message me, the answer to your question is yes. So, okay. I said it one way, Steve said it another way. So how did you pronounce it, Steve?
A lily?
Aleli? I think that's pretty. Gail, I go back and rewatch my videos a lot. Matter of fact, when I was doing the carrot tutorial or the carrot tulip wreath yesterday, I had the tulip tutorial playing while I was cutting all my tulips because I couldn't remember how many bunches I did. And I wanted to make sure I had enough. So folding those under.
Now, I'm not sure if I'm inside the group, the Wreath of the Month group, and I share the link, she might not.
No.
Because she's not a member yet. So.
Sue, what I will have Steve, you have to go to the Cats Creations page.
Yeah.
And I think it's posted at the top. Just email me, Sue, and then I'll send you both links. Here's the link to pay, and then here's the link for the group to sign up. So just go to KatsCreations777@gmail.com. And that's the same for you, Tanya. Just email me at KatsCreations777@gmail.com. Okay, Steve's way. Aleli, right?
Yeah.
Did I say it right? Hi, Faith. Okay, I have one more to do. So just one more.
So she already messaged you. And it's in here. Sue McBride, right?
Yes.
I want to join your other group, $10 a month plus the cost of the kids.
Yes.
Okay, she's in there.
Yeah, because the deadline for the Wreath of the Month kids is going to be February the 8th. And that's just to ensure that we're going to get the kids to you. They should arrive by February 22nd so that we will have them in time to do the tutorial on February 27th. Okay, so this all needs to get fluffy.
So Sue and Teresa, she'll get with you after the video.
Yeah, it might be a little bit later tonight because I have another live at 6 my time. Okay, so see, that made for a really super pretty base. And so I know, based on the fact I'm going to add a sign, and I'm going to add a bow, and I'm going to add some embellishments, I need to remove the 6 on the inside. Because if you think about it, you can kind of see where these are. So here's the white, here's the blue. It's too yellow. I'm going to try to lift these up so you can see them. So if I add my sign right here, see how my bow is going to take the other 2 spaces as far as real estate. So rather than forget, just take them out now. And this is if you're using a 6x12 rectangle sign. So I'm just going to go in because I was twisting these 5 times just because I knew I was going to come back in and remove them. So just like this. Just like this.
Jane, no worries. Because this is in the private group, this will post the full video group or video after she's done to the private group, so you can just go back and watch.
Okay. So see how I cut these? What I'm going to do is take the little nubs and just push them back down to the center.
I think even in the private groups, right, you can, if you're on a mobile phone, you can click on the 3 dots upper right and you should get notifications and turn them on.
Where is mine?
Nancy asked, are there times when you prefer using a pre-made work wreath or a pencil wreath?
Sometimes, but I like using the Dollar Tree just because, like I said, I remember what that was like where, you know, once you've been doing it for a while, you know, you may like the fact that the work wreath's already done for you. You just come in and lay your deco mesh down. But keep in mind that work wreaths are all going to be different. You have ones that are elevated, meaning that they start at the bottom, and then the inner one is like 1 inch or 2 inches higher. Then they have ones that are like low, and then it goes up, and then it goes back down for the inner side. So you just have to look. Most of the work frame wreaths are odd on the outside and odd on the even. So that makes it challenging. Right. Because then you have to, if you're going to do ribbons on the outside, then you're going to have to do them in a quantity of 3 or make them all the same. Because if you were doing 2 different type, you have an odd number. So at some point along that design, you're going to get 2 that run into each other. Gail says, I never received notification in the private group. I only get it in the public group. That's weird. And that's why I started creating events. So what you'll start to see is there's an event that is posted. So just always click yes, even if you don't plan on coming. You never know. Sometimes plans change. And that way you should receive a notification. So I am just going to take my metal hole punch pliers. These are 1.5 millimeter. They're Beadsmith. I'll post the affiliate link afterwards for these. But I think they're like $10 or $12. And I've used mine over 3 years. Yeah. And we're still going strong. So I've added my 2 holes for my pipe cleaners. I don't like to use the adhesive squares on the back because when you get into extreme temperature changes, they have a tendency of popping off. Popping off. Can you grab me another blue pipe cleaner? I thought I had 2, but I don't. It's the lighter blue. So I'm going to take these and put these in and get those wired up. So I usually I find that if you do the metal hole punch, it just works so much better. Thank you. So I try to match them as close as I can to the sign. Obviously this is like a blue-gray, so I'm just doing light blue. Oops, not quite. Again, I try to keep them even.
They should be doing the notification still, gals.
Let me see. I'm trying to.
Hi, Susan. Hi, Debbie.
I'm going to go ahead and put this in. So I'm going to go over the yellow. So I'm going to put this right over the yellow one because I know that it's going to hit my frame. So I'll pull this one down just like this. So I usually just twist it 2 times because sometimes I have to move my sign just based on where it sits. And I will probably end up, I want it down a little bit further. So let's see. Let me try to go right in here. I want a little bit more space on the top because I have a bow and the bows are big. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit. And then you want to remove your jute mesh that's kind of under your sign. Just like all the stuff that's right here. I'm going to pull that out just because I like the way that it frames the wreath. Just like that.
Hi, Deanna. Hey, y'all. I'm new and I'm Deanna from California. What city, Deanna?
Oh, I forget because I just did. I don't even think I had her logged into my system yet. I just saw that she had joined and I'm like, oh, I need to make sure I get her in the group ASAP. So I'm just gonna.
Cheryl said I used to get the notifications, but I haven't seen them in a few months.
And it might be that Facebook's working on stuff because Facebook's always changing things. So see what I'm saying? Here's the ruffle. So it just creates these little swirls back and forth. And then even on the outside, it does the same things. It's like little waves all the way around your wreath. But it will turn this into a 24-inch diameter. Right now, it's probably about 5 inches at its highest. But once we add the bow, it's going to probably push it to 6 to 6.5. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the bow. So I'm going to take this and put this off to the side.
Juanita asked, do you ever put a placemat on the back of your wreaths or felt?
No.
You can if you want, if it's your preference.
Mm-hmm. In 3 years, I never have. So here's the back. I mean, obviously, I'll come back in and finish doing the
Cleaning it up,
yeah. So here's what I'm saying. This is what you never see on my live, is I come back in and I just twist these all the way up, come back in, bring these around. Ooh, trying to get it under that one. And then over. And then I'll do the same here. Since
yeah, we have another woman that's, I think, in Tulare now. She said she's in Porterville near Tulare.
I'll have to double check.
I think there's another woman that's up near Tulare.
That'd be great if you guys had crafting people.
So we've got another private group gal that's in Modesto.
Deanna Mustachio.
Yeah, and that's
Somebody
where,
else
that's
too.
where our one daughter lives.
Okay, so that's there. So the reason why I don't is because if customers have a hanger, they can hang it here. They can hang it here, here, or here. You give them 4 different options of where they want the wreath to fall on their door. So I'm going to set that aside and we're going to do the bow really quick. So here's all my bow colors. Check these out. I have waited 3 years for umbrella. And look, they finally came out with umbrella ribbon, so I'm super excited. So it goes with the sign. So let's see. How am I going to break this up? I think I'm going to do this. Hold on a second. We'll do that. And then like this. So when I'm doing my bow, I like to use a lot of different patterns and colors, especially with the sign. knowing that the sign had a red and a yellow umbrella, I really wanted to keep it in the blue palette because the mesh is, but I really needed to emphasize that, yes, hey, there's yellow and red in here too. So I just did it with the umbrella ribbon. So now this is where you can lay them all out and decide which do you like where on a placement of your ribbon. And I always look for something that's very visually appealing to the outside, like the umbrellas, because I really want to pop that image again. So it allows you to play with them. So then when you go to make it, it's so much easier because you already know what's going to come after each. So I'm going to do my standard bow. So this is going to go 10 inches for the tail. And I'm going to do the bow dabra. This is just because this is what I learned on. Plus it's small enough that I can store it in its box. It's square, so that makes it great for stacking. And then I'm going to do 5.5 inch loop. This ribbon came from Craft Outlet. It's the yellow and white stripe. Did I bump that?
No, I'm just putting it on
Oop, that's way too big. So there's that one. Stretch this out. And then dovetail is where you're going to take your wired edges. You're going to bring this together. And then you're going to cut from the folded side to the point. So depending upon how far down you come will determine how deep into that ribbon is your cut. And I like mine fairly deep, but then it gives you a clean cut on that. Nancy, yes, I usually buy my ribbon at Craft Outlet as well.
Yep.
Just because they have good quality ribbon.
Yeah, hi Carol, I didn't know if I said hi earlier. Hi everyone just joining.
And then the reason why I put the yellow down, because we have that predominantly blue base, I wanted to pop the yellow. Otherwise, if we laid the blue on the blue, it would just kind of blend a little bit. So Deanna wants to know how to turn off the captions.
Deanna, are you on a mobile phone right now?
Mobile phone or laptop? Because we always assume. We always assume. There's usually the same way.
Yeah, usually you have a settings button or something on your screen that you can click.
If it's mobile, how do they turn it off?
If it's mobile, all you have to simply do is during the video right now, just click on it. And then you should see 3 dots on the top right.
So 3 dots on the top right hand of the screen.
On the top right on the screen. Click on the 3 dots and you'll see captions. Turn on captions or turn off captions. And that's where the notifications are as well. You can turn them on or turn them off.
And that's great because I had somebody in the group the other day that says that she's really hard of hearing. And I said, oh, do you know that you can turn the closed captioning on for you? And she was like, no, I didn't. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome because now for her, that's a definite benefit.
So Deanna, did you find it?
She said mobile.
Yeah.
Susan's telling her to. Nancy says, how do I determine the length of the tails? I'm just, that's a great question. So let me show you really quick. So what I would do in this case, let me bring the wreath back, is if I know my bow is going to go up here, you can take your ribbon and go, okay, so what's the longest I want my tails to hang down? So if it's not going to hang here, I can hang it over here. So I would hold this, go over to my board. This is roughly about 8 inches, but because I'm doing 6, I just start at 10. And then I drop each ribbon that I add by 1/2 inch as I'm going up. So this is 10, this is 9.5. The next one will be 9 inches. So I'm taking a 1/2 inch off each time.
Swiping right just turns your comments off.
She said, sorry, swipe left.
Yeah, but even swiping left, that just turns your comments on and off. Captions are where you see the writing at the bottom for people who are hard of hearing. That's where it's the top right 3 dots. And then turn off captions.
That's okay.
Let us know if you got it, Deanna.
I'm looking too.
She said
So yeah, Steve's right. So once you click on the screen, it'll activate those little dots, and then you click on the 3 dots in the upper right-hand side, and then it'll say closed caption.
yeah,
And then you can toggle turn them on or turn them off. She says it didn't work for her. Did you get the 3 dots? So so the loop size 5.5, 5, and then this is 4.5. So I'm kind of doing the same thing on the loop size, except because I'm doing a 6 ribbon loop, I'm gonna do 2 at 4.5.
So Deanna, really quick, just click on the screen, just do a super quick, and then you should see, once you do that, you should see 3 dots on the top right.
Yeah, because right now you don't see them until you click on the screen, and then it'll say like, you can follow, you can widen the screen, lower the screen. I have problems getting rid of them on my Android. I think it's all the same process, right?
I think so.
I don't have a
Some
pen
gals
for
who
that
have
one.
Android could let us know.
Didn't work for me either.
Mine's, wow.
Can we turn them off on our end? I think we can once it goes into recording, right?
Well, the captions are turned off on our camera. So this is strictly through Facebook.
Okay. Because I know they're auto-populated for me.
Yeah.
We turn them off. Oh. Okay. I hate when they fold my ribbon so much. Look, that's so much ribbon to waste.
Yeah.
That's 3 inches. I'll have to, you know what? I don't know if I can do this. I was going to say I can kind of do like a mini video where I show you how to turn them on and off. But I know you have to be in a video that's in the middle being recorded to turn them on or off individually, right?
So after this, you could try going on to like a pre-recorded video, something that's already been recorded, and try turning them on or off.
So if the first tail is 10 inches, the loop should be 5.5 inches. And then the next one's going to be 9.5 inches tail, and then a 5-inch loop, then 9-inch tail, and then 4.5-inch loop, then an 8.5-inch tail, and another 4.5-inch loop.
So Deanna, try clicking on that speech bubble with a line through it.
No, it's the square with the speech bubble. Let me see. That is comments and reactions hidden. So right next to the little speech bubble should be the 3 dots. Maybe they're just so light that you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See, now I just turned my comments off. Oop, hold on. Now I can't see comments. Okay, now I'm back. Right, Kenitha, that's a close. She says, no dots, just a square and a speech bubble with a line through it. She said
that's the comments box, yeah. So
it's a comment box, not the closed caption box.
We'll have to research it. For the iPhones, or the Apple phones have the 3 dots in the top right. So if anybody has an Android phone, you'll have to let us know. If you click on the screen, what else does it have?
I have that, but still captions. So that's why I'm thinking, and I have the notifications as live, but I didn't see it on my desktop. Yeah, like I said, it's so funny to know about notifications. Because just when we think we get everything settled, then Facebook changes everything. And then I'm like, I don't know why they don't work. So this yellow Swiss dot is 8-inch tail, and it is a 4-inch loop. Carol says, mine says that it's auto-generated, and I don't see them. That's weird. Facebook. No, just the square. And she's on an iPhone 10. What does Mike have?
I think he has a 10 or 11. He's got 11.
Because I'm wondering, anyone else here have an iPhone 10? See, Angie says she's on the Android tablet. She has the 3 dots.
And Kanita said, oh, yes, inside the 3 dots. I have an Android phone.
But she has an iPhone 10.
Yeah.
So, and you have it, but we have 8 pluses. Mike.
It's not notifications, Jane. It's captions.
Yeah, we want closed captions off.
Turning notifications off means like if Cat goes live, you won't get any notifications, but even that's been having some problems with in some of the gals with Facebook.
Yeah,
I would just leave the notifications on, and then if you see the...
Oh, Juanita says if you don't see the 3 dots, turn your phone sideways. It may be that you need a different view. I'm on a 10 and I see 3 dots. And it just might be the way that you're holding it, because I think you need to keep the phone vertical, right?
Yeah.
Or does yours work horizontal?
Well, it works both ways.
You're not weird, Dia. She has a 10 SX. You're not weird.
You can try turning it sideways, Deanna, and then click on the screen and see if you get 3 dots.
So the final bow is going to be 7.5 inch tail. I'm on my iTablet and my iPhone. I can't find it. I usually can, and I have it on, but it's not working now.
Yeah, it could be Facebook then.
I know Facebook's going to be making some other huge change. What it is, I don't know just yet. But let's see. So there's that. I like the closed captioning sometimes, but for me, as I'm watching it, it gets distracting. Like, I end up watching that more than I'm watching what's happening. Okay, so this one finished. Okay, so recap on the bow. They start at 10 inches and it goes 10 inches, 9.5, 9, 8.5, 8, and 7.5 on the tails, each ribbon that I'm adding. And then the loop size for the bows start at 5.5, then it goes 5, 2 at 4.5, then it goes 4, and then 3.5.
Oh, good. Deanna said turn the phone sideways work. Yay. Good.
Yay! Okay, see, it's a learning curve thing, and that's why the private group works so well, because we could take our time and figure it out. And look at how many people were here, like helping out.
Yeah, that's Carol. That's what we have. We've got the 8 plus, and we get the 3 dots. We get turn the closed captions on our own. So
I just unstacked my ribbon, so I kind of have it like this so I can see through. And I'm just going to take my pipe cleaner and I'm just going to twist the section of all my stacked ribbon. Just like so. And then I'm going to move this. Can I hand that to you? So I can get my fluffy board. My fluff board, which is a cutting board. Because it goes next to my fridge. So we just used an 18 by 24 inch cutting board. Let me spin this way. Has a little nail on the side for when we get ready to use the floral wire bows. Has a C-hook right in the middle. But if you go to Home Depot, you can buy these pre-cut. Just go into the lumber department, look for their pre-cut. It's 24 by 24 by an inch for like $10.98.
3/4 inch, yeah.
And then just get a little C-hook and a nail, and you're all set for like, maybe what, $12, $13. So I'm going to take my hook, and I'm going to get that hook under that stack of ribbons in between the pipe cleaner. So I'm just going to loop it like so, and now it'll stay held. I'm going to pull these off to the side, and then we're just going to unstack. We're not fluffing yet. So you're going to pull a loop and a tail, then go to the other side and go opposite. So I have a tail, loop, as soon as it wants to lay flat, and the loop. So that my loops and tails are completely opposite of each other on the opposite sides. And then I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to pull my loop towards the tail and then the tail this way. And what it does is it kind of intermixes your colors. Go to the other side and exactly opposite.
That's awesome. Jane said I bought a 24 by 24 by 3/4 inch at Lowe's for $13.
See?
Yeah, I figured that's what it was, Jane.
And then now you have, everything is like alternating colors. So that was just the 2.5. So now you're going to keep going. Here's the 1.5 inches. We're going to do it the opposite side. Then I'm going to do the blue. Just like so. Go to the other side. Oh, I had it over here. Then the yellow. Then the yellow. And then we're going to do our blue. So here's blue and blue. And then once you have everything separated, this is where you're going to fluff your bow. So if you want the curl back in them, you're just going to take your fingers and put the curls in them. Just kind of run your fingers the way we used to when we would do curling ribbon in school. And you can just mix all your colors in your bows. Just like so. There we go. So now everything's all pretty. You just want to make sure that all of your loops are open so that they're not flat.
Oh, good. Then you said thank you, Steve, for a very close up and Kat putting the ribbon on the board.
There we go. And so now there's the bow. And so I'm just going to pop it off the C-hook. Just like that. I'm going to move this because now it'll just store. And then we'll pull our wreath back out. And now we're going to look and see where we want the ribbon. So I kind of don't want the tails hanging on the front. So I'm going to kind of just place it for now to make sure that like the tails are not hanging, you know, all over my sign. So I'll show you. It's kind of where it's sitting way above because it's sitting on top of all that mesh. But I kind of like that because I want to make sure the words are not hidden. And then I'm going to go right down. The pipe cleaners work really well because it'll go through the ribbon. So just have patience. Yeah, sorry. Do the mesh. And we're going to pull that down, but not too hard because if you pull it too hard, you'll collapse your bow into like a V, like an inverted V. And then all that fluffing you just did was all for nothing. So now we're going to just make sure, because we had to lay everything. So we're going to fluff everything back up. Just like so. It's all nice and pretty. And let's get this, because right now we have a disconnect between our ribbon and the mesh, because it sits up a little too high. So on this side of the sign, we want to make sure that everything lays close to the sign. And then you can spread out all your ribbon tails like that. There we go. Okay. Just like so. And now you'll go around the outside and add your tails. So these are all cut to 14 inches. So I'm gonna alternate these since they're already pre-done. I just fold them in half and then you'll pinch. We will go right inside the pipe cleaner. And I went all my ribbons to the floor. Slid off. And then I pull these out, the tails, because it'll make the wreath seam a little larger. So we'll go through and do these really quick.
My tails on my bow always seem flimsy.
That's where good quality ribbon is going to really be key. Mm-hmm. So the thicker your ribbon, the nicer it's going to lay. Yep. So see.
And there are going to be some that don't get along with you.
Yeah, like this is a pretty thick canvas, and so is the white and the yellow. So it's a really heavy duty ribbon. But if your ribbons don't lay flat, sometimes it might be that if you're working with a cruffle with a curl on the end, it might be that that curl is in the way. So you might need to move it to the side. See, now I'm taking these and folding them out. Just like that. And you just keep going all the way around. So I wanted a rainy day umbrella wreath. Because I love rain. What is it called? There's a term for people who love the rain.
My term or a term?
No, there is an actual term. I forget what it's called. There's a term for people who love rainy days. That would be me. The more rainier, the better. So Della says, I just can't seem to get it.
What about the tails?
The tails. Yeah, so like sometimes it's just, you can see the way this ribbon is really stiff. So that makes a big, huge difference. If your ribbon is really thin, it's not going to have much life to it.
Susan said it is wet. Nancy asks, how do you determine the length of those tails? Depending upon how you want those tails to lay over the mesh and stick out of the wreath, you can go 14-inch. If you don't want them to stick out as much, you can go 12-inch and they won't stick out as much.
And you know what? One of the things we didn't cover here is a mock-up. So I will cover that in Back to Basics Part 2. Thanks for bringing that up. So what I would do in a situation where I wasn't sure where I wanted these to be, I want mine to be a little bit longer than the mesh because it has to kind of come up and fall down. And I want them just a little bit longer than the outside. I would take one and cut it to 14. Just cut one piece of 14-inch ribbon, Nancy. Do your dovetails, put it in the wreath, and if this seems too long for you, undo it, pull it out, and cut it to 13. Then do a dovetail, put it in there, and does it lay where you want to see that end? If the answer to that question is yes, then you've determined what is the length for your tails.
Cheryl must have Googled it. She said
Fluviophile.
Fluviophile.
That's it. Thank you.
Or northwestern, yeah.
Although, can't always rely on the Pacific Northwest for rain. We've gone up there before on purpose, sadly, for rain. Steve had a job up there. And the whole time, it rained once. And it was a slight drizzle. But the people in Seattle were celebrating because it was unusually weird weather for them. They were like, we've never had it to where it just doesn't rain. And I was like, I came here for that very reason. I needed the rain.
So. Barbara, no, we're not anywhere close to the mudslides. We're
up in the desert.
Solid ground desert area.
Yes. So
we're in Victorville, California.
Way up on the hills. We're in the high desert. So we're at what? 3,500?
About 3,300 feet.
Yeah. So we're above everybody else. That's why we call it going down the hill. Because we're up above all the other local Southern California cities. We're like on the way to Vegas. Is the easiest way to tell people when they go, where do you live? You know where Vegas is? Yep. Okay, halfway. Halfway to Vegas. They're showing rain for us.
For the next 14 days? Wow.
Katrina, where are you? I want to say, aren't you Southern California too?
No, I think she's Northern California.
Jane, I live near the beach in East North Carolina and it rained here all day. See, I was just looking up houses for rent in North Carolina. Because I need to get out of this California. Linda says she lives in Central Washington. Not much rain here. It's the desert, so you're like us. Why?
Oh, she's in Georgia.
Ah, lucky you.
Wow.
So we need these ones to kind of fall a little bit. Sometimes your bow tails just don't want to lay.
Oh, Debbie said, we're thinking of moving to Victorville, but my husband dreads the
Cajon Pass.
Yeah.
Does he drive the Cajon Pass a lot? If so, yes, I would say if you don't have to take the pass, it's a good thing. We've driven the pass for years. But see what I'm saying? So sometimes if like this one is a little bit elevated, a lot of times it's just move your ruffle down. So then your tail can follow the same path the ruffle just went. So like that. See, it's all festive and pretty and sunny. So let's go in and add, we're gonna add some half bows. So these are cut to 17-inch pieces for the 1.5 inches. And I'm gonna alternate. The blue's gonna go on the yellow and the yellow's gonna go on the blue. Because otherwise it'd just look too weird. So these are already pre-cut. So half bow, you're just gonna bring the tails together and go up to about 2 inches and then just pinch, just like that. Literally it's 2 inches. And you'll start knowing where 2 inches are, just how you measure. And then I'm gonna go in right where I pinched and I'm gonna go. And now when I'm finishing these, I do twist them 4 to 5 times because I used to do it like 2 times. And then I found at some point, they would just kind of come out by themselves. So let me show you what I just did. I'm just straightening out my half bow. So now, I need to get that one down. So now they just kind of make these cute little half bows all the way around. So it'll kind of cut the yellow, but not by much.
The half bows are cut to 17 inches.
Not necessarily moving, Carol. We've always talked about moving. So, we've talked about going to Texas. I would love to live in the Pacific Northwest. 2, 3.
Well, this was a flash flooding, a lot of wind, and lost power last night in Mississippi.
Wow. You guys have crazy weather. Okay, so look, I just cut that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that cut edge and you're going to go all the way around to the back. Then you can open the loop. One side's right side up, the other side isn't, so you need to twist that ribbon. Thank God for a wired ribbon.
D&D Treasure said, I'm in Western Washington and it's raining today. I wonder if they're up there by old neighbors. Louisville.
Yeah. So see, that's the look for the half bow. And I was just of the mindset that when I would watch people do crisscross bows, like make X's out of their ribbons, I always thought that there was something missing in the middle. Like it's drawing my eye to the middle. So what can you put in the middle to keep that from happening? See, it goes back around the outside, lift it up.
Yes, sir. Texas is the best. I'm here.
There's so many people in Texas. So here we go. So just pull those down. See, it looks pretty. So you guys are probably getting all of the weather that we had. We had the crazy California weather where Northern California got hit pretty hard with a lot of rain. Tahoe had blizzard conditions. Go around to the back.
When you measure for Etsy, do you measure mesh to mesh or ribbon to ribbon? What do you mean measure for Etsy?
Angie, so are you referring to like the dimensions of my wreath? Like if they wanted to know how big it was? I would go based on where it ends from here to here. Because if you just go mesh to mesh, it's not going to be accurate because my ribbons are going to stick out a little bit further. So if you have someone who has a thinner door, like an apartment door, it may not fit. So better to go, you know, a little bit more on the accurate side with not so much mesh to mesh, but I'm doing ribbon. So we'll see what this ends up coming out to.
Deb, yeah, she always uses the 1.5 inch ribbon for the single loops.
You could use 2.5 inch. It would just, I think it would look a little too thick.
Mm-hmm. It might not fit good in between the mesh.
Yeah, it could. Underneath the bow, it could probably cause my bow to stick up further than I'd want. I mean, you could come in here with so many different options. You can come in with flex tubing, and you could do red, you know, red, yellow, and blue. I just really fell in love with the rainbow, or not a rainbow, umbrella. So I'm trying to get this one to lay. So you just kind of have to finesse them. This will lay flatter once I get those pipe cleaners out that are keeping the bow elevated. And then we're almost done. I just have to add my umbrella. And then we'll be done.
Just gonna add one or two? Not sure.
I think I'm just going to do one just because they're discounted. So technically I could do another 3 of these and never repeat. So I like to do wreaths that are never the same design. Because I'm not happy if I had to sit here and mass produce 10 of these. It'd be nice for the sell side of it, but then I would lose my passion for why I do what I do. Because for me, every wreath is a new one. The only exception to that is double doors. What's the other one? If I do like a weird design, like a sunflower or poinsettia, stuff like that, I don't really consider them wreaths.
Or the
angels.
Yeah.
Yeah, angels can get replicated.
Jean, if you bought that glue pot that Kat talked about, it's got the temperature settings on it, it's perfectly normal for it to smoke for a little bit.
Yep.
Then it'll go away.
Yep. So just open the door. Steve hates the way it smells, but it will go away. It just has to heat up, and then it just calms down after that.
Yeah, I would say try turning it between 1/2 and 3/4 and see how the glue does, and then just turn it up little increments until you get it to the right.
Sherry says the glue pot's too hot. If it smokes, mine actually will smoke until the glue starts to liquefy.
Yeah.
And then it stops. It just does it initially right when I turn it on. Because it's going from a solid to a liquid. Well.
So, and who knows, the newer ones, if she got it, maybe it might get to melting temperature at 1/2. So
that's true.
try it at 1/2 and turn it up from there. See how it goes.
Because I have mine on the last. There's like little notches. It doesn't give you a temperature.
3/4.
Well, I think I don't have it out here. I was gonna say mine is like 1 click down from being all the way up. Okay. We're almost done. And then your goal, hopefully, once you create your wreath, you get it listed in Etsy and you sell it. Don't sit on it. List it.
Oh, I see Debbie had the same problem. I got my Gorilla Glue gun. Yay, so happy. The dual temperature. My Surebonder leaked so bad. I always had mounds of glue.
That's what we did.
Yeah. The last Surebonder that they made was not good, but the one we had before that was great.
We didn't have a Surebonder. We had Hobby Lobby generic.
Oh, that's right. That's true.
You always keep thinking it's the Surebonder's the pot.
Donna, the tails are cut to 17 inches for the 1.5 inch, and the 2.5 are cut to 14 inches.
Yeah. I just want these a little longer. And you know what's funny? When I first started wreath making, the half bows were 11 and the tails were 10. So that's to show you where we started. You'll evolve to where you're like, I want a little bit longer tails. So make longer tails. You know? Last one. Now last 2. Man, it feels like I've been doing 18 of these.
Jerry, yeah, get the Gorilla Glue gun. It's been working out really good.
Yeah, we love the Gorilla Glue one.
It's orange and black.
4, 5. So I just get into habits like, okay, I know I'm gonna finish these off, so it's go around 5 times, undo. I'm almost like talking to myself how I'm assembling this. That's fun.
Kathy, Kat will be going over marketing and you know, selling your wreaths. One thing is, once you post it to Etsy, you can't expect Etsy to just sell it and just sit there. You've got to really market it. You got to post it on Facebook. You got to post it on Pinterest and all over the place.
I agree. And yes, we will be covering all of that stuff because I'm right there with you, Kathy. So we're going to be covering things like how to get those things listed and then what you need to be doing, like Steve says, on your end to market it like crazy. Because, I mean, if you see what I post every day, I am posting 3 or 4 wreaths that I've had or that are sitting in my shop. And I'm just resharing those over and over and over and including the link because you want to make the buying process as easy as possible. So let's set that one there. I saw, Linda, what kind of spring ribbon should you have in your inventory? Always make sure you have solids. Pinks, blues, greens. Yellows, orange.
Greens.
I said green.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah. So here's the umbrella. So it's a super cute umbrella. I've had this for 3 years. It's discontinued. I looked it up today. I was able to find it to figure out what did I pay for this 3 years ago. Look, I have them in all the colors. But I only have one of each. And I saw this sign a long time ago. And I was like, oh, I really want the umbrella to go with this. So now I just got to be creative and come up with how I need this to lay somewhat flat. Because there's people who have them flat, and there's people who have them kind of angled. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see. I don't want to cover my sign, but do I want it to kind of cover like that? What do you think?
Can you put it above the sign a little bit? Tuck it in?
Not really. I'd end up elevating my sign. I mean, that's kind of cute right there, but then look at how high up. I need it to really sink down because it really sits up. That's as far down as it can go. Yeah. And I don't need it the point.
That's not bad.
Because if I go point to point, it'll be higher than if I go edge to edge. So I think I'm going to do it right there. Now, the fun thing becomes how you make it stick there. Because it's in a weird spot.
I think you'll have to maybe use your beadsmith.
Yep, that's what I was just thinking. I need to pop a hole.
And then you could tie it at the bottom on the back side.
Not in the corner. I need it here because I need it flush. Yeah. See what I'm saying? So we popped a hole in it with the beadsmith. And so I'm going to wire this down so that, that's always the fun challenge, is trying to figure out how do I get it to stay. So now, there we go. And then now, I need to get this down through the mesh. And then once it's through the mesh, I can pull it tight. And now my ribbon can fall. Let me move this over. Okay, so I'm going to wire this down firmly, just like this. And then we still have this. So can you hand me the floral wire in here? Because I don't want to mess up the 26 gauge floral wire. Can you see it?
Also 22.
I'll just use that. Somebody use 20. Is that 26? Okay, 26 floral wire. So I have quite a few. I have them in green, silver, and brown. So I'm going to take this and even it up.
How do you know how to what to charge for your wreaths?
So I write down everything that I've used, quantities that I've used, and I just factor everything in. Like, hold on a sec, let me wire this in really quick. Like the umbrella's for, I think, $4.75. So, and it just came off my little hoop. So let me put this back on. I could probably not get that to happen again if I needed it to. Okay. So knowing that the umbrella was like $4.75, you're going to write that down, and I'll show you my little book. Where are you? There you go. So now I can pull that down. So you can still see that it's an umbrella. So there we go. There's our umbrella. And it still doesn't impact our bow. Super simple. Just like this. So the book. So this is what I'm doing. So this is what my book looks like before I transcribe that. I will set this right there. So it starts off, and I price everything out. So the frame, the sign, the mesh, because I used an entire roll, even though you saw me go half and half, it was an entire roll. Then I write down the full price of all the ribbon, and then you will factor in, you know, 6 times 14. What is that? 84 inches. You could take your roll, which is $6.50 a roll for, where is it? This ribbon, you do $6.50. You can go $6.50 divided by 30, because this is a 10-yard spool or 30 feet, to figure out what is the price per foot. And then knowing I have 84 inches of this used, you could come up with a ballpark of what you spent on this. And then you do the same thing with all your other ribbon rolls. So normally I would have it written out, and I would put what is the cost per foot, and you're just going to round it. And then you have it all listed here. You come up with a total, and then you decide, like, I have to factor in, because I went down on my shipping to a flat rate of $25, but all of my research shipping to the East Coast, and that's costing me about $30 to $33, depending upon where it ships. So I've got to build that price back in to the overall bottom line, plus your box that you have to pay for, and then any of your packing material. So you have to come up with like a set dollar amount for shipping and handling, I guess is what you would call it, and then factor that into your price. And usually what I'll do is I'll double it, and if it's super, super low, I might triple it. Like if I'm doing a wreath on a budget and I got all of my stuff on sale, that would be a way to determine, you know, best price strategy. I really, really try not to price gouge, because if I was to do this one at what I spent on the materials, I want to say, let me do the math in my head really quick. 13, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. It's about $35 in materials. So you've got to factor in, you know, your $10 for your shipping, your box, because I do price calculations, because people don't like a $30 flat rate. They like $25. So I have to build the $5 back in, because I cannot. That's as cheap as I can go from Southern California to like Boston. It's like $33 for FedEx, and that's cheap. So you just got to look at your price and figure out what you're going to charge.
So you said you were selling this one for $90?
This one's $92.50 by the time it's all said and done, because you can't buy these anymore. These are now discontinued. So don't know where you're going to go for that. But that's all I have for you guys today. Next week, we're going to do curl base. So I will come up with a design, and then we're just doing all curls, and I'll show you how that, what you can do with that, how you can market that. What are some of the pros and cons about doing the curl method? Most people don't do just a curl method. They might do like a ruffle with curls on top, but there's so many different variables now. Is there any other questions you guys had?
I can do that comment from Nancy.
Yeah, this is my first private group tutorial. Since joining a few days ago, I've learned so much just tonight. I'm so glad I joined. Kat, you've been great. Thank you so much, Nancy. This is why we're here. So, perfect. I will let you guys go. Don't forget tonight at 6. What time is it now?
4:30.
So in an hour and a half, I'm going to be doing a grapevine wreath. I'll give you guys a snapshot of what it's going to look like. It's going to be grapevine, florals. So I'll grab all these. I think the sun's in here. So this is the one we're doing for spring. So we're going to be doing all these purple florals like lavender. This is like a purple baby's breath. This is just a purple bush. We're doing tulips. I may come in and pop them with a little bit of darker, but I haven't decided yet. And then, so it's an 18-inch grapevine, which I already spent the last hour cleaning. So we're going to put this on it. And then we're going to add...
This is going to be in the public group, gals, at 6 o'clock Pacific time. So an hour and a half Pacific time.
Yeah. So then we're going to be using lamb's ear. We're going to be doing lamb's ear around the, like, through a C shape. And then we're going to add all the purple in here and then have a really nice spring bow. So it's just going to be more of a rustic farmhouse spring wreath. So that's what we're doing in the public group in about an hour and a half.
Debbie asked, do you need a commercial license for Etsy?
You need to have a seller's permit or a business license because, this is what I always tell everybody, I always dream big. Because you are going to sell at least $20,000 this year, you're going to get 1099 by Etsy, so you have to have all that information on file so that you can report your earnings. And also, Etsy collects taxes depending upon what state or city you are selling to. And so they need a way of being able to prove that you've paid taxes in those cities. So you need to have all that done.
And gals, this Reese is going to do is just going to be on her regular public Cats Creations group, so everybody can join.
Yeah, Tanya, you can join. Jane, yeah, just go over to the regular Cats Creations page and watch me put all this together. It's going to be super simple, and I love doing grapevines. So are you doing wreaths for your public group twice a week? Sharon, yes. I have been challenged by my business coach to go live twice a week because that's what initially creates the algorithm for Facebook is you need to go live twice a week to keep your followers high and to find new subscribers. Mm-hmm. Debbie says, I hope so, at least $10,000.
It's a good goal.
Yeah, Debbie, I'm challenging you guys. I'm going to probably post that for tomorrow too. I want you guys to dream big and tell me where your goal is for 2021. Yep. See, my goal is I want 6 figures. I want 1 6-figure year, and then I'll be happy. So Wreath of the Month Club, can you just buy the wreath kit? Colleen says, can you just buy the wreath kit with doing the group? I'm trying to think of like what exactly is you're asking. You can join the Wreath of the Month Club and don't have to buy the kit. You can just watch the tutorial.
Watch the tutorials, yeah.
Or you can purchase the exclusive kit that is available for the group without doing... Can you buy the wreath kit without doing the group? The answer is no. It's only for the Wreath of the Month Club members because everything in there, we're trying to make it 100% exclusive. And this prevents having like 200 people in the Wreath of the Month group all doing the exact same wreath. There's only going to be so many people that are probably going to want to do that. So with keeping it exclusive, I don't have to worry about you guys having to encounter everybody else who can go to like Craft Outlet and buy all that stuff. I want to support my husband. That's the same thing for me, Debbie. I want him to stay home and help me.
Kathy asked, can you run a business if you refuse to go live on Facebook?
Yes, you can. You most certainly
You
can.
can open up your own Facebook business page and just sell right through Facebook business. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, we will chat more later. Don't forget, tomorrow is the business class. It's Q&A. Any last minute Q&As on Facebook business. And then I'm teaching you how to use the Creator Studio so that you can pre-schedule all your posts. So like today, you could schedule all of your posts through next week and you never have to be on Facebook the rest of the week. So, all right, everyone. See you in about an hour and a half in the public group. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everyone.